Shaolin vs. Wutang 2, The Return of the Martial Masters.
Choose your fighter.
Hello YouTube, this is the Mighty Paladin playing Shaolin vs. Wutang 2, Return of the Martial Masters. And I'm starting a new video series about this game. I'm going to do one video for each character where I'm going to show all of their basic moves. This will it's only going to be their basic moves because I am not a great player and I cannot memorize a whole bunch of things. Plus, I've never been a really good player. I really struggle to do things like fireballs and dragon punches because of the swirly motions with the joystick that are especially difficult for me on a handheld controller. I mean, I could barely do it in an arcade where the joystick and the buttons are held perfectly steady by the game cabinet. When I'm holding a controller in my hand and it moves around with me, it is almost impossible for me to do certain moves. But I am going to show off all of the basic moves, and a big part of the reason I want to do this is not just to make some cool videos for the community, but also because I plan on using these videos to help me create custom poses for gacha that are based on the moves of these characters, so that in my videos I can more easily make really awesome fight scenes with characters that have unique fighting styles. That, by the way, is the reason I was so excited about getting this game ever since I learned that it existed. Because not only does every character have a really unique fighting style, but they don't have any ranged attacks. I don't need special animations for those, and those are one of the things that really bug me about games like Street Fighter. But in addition to that, these characters are all based on movies that I grew up loving. So anyway, let's get started with, of course, the king of all the movie fighters, Bruce Lee, and his style Jeet Kune Do, and his weapon, the nunchucks, which is my favorite weapon of all time.
Jeet Kune Do.
I'm going to take his shirt off just to make him easier to see. And now let's choose who I'm going to have him train against. Let's have him train with a master. After all, if you can train with a master, why wouldn't you? But maybe not that guy. That guy's an evil old master. Let's try a Shaolin master.
Shaolin long.
Let's see. Yeah, let's go with this yellow and red. That way he'll be highly visible but still clearly identifiable. Okay.
Stage select.
And of course I want to pick a very well lit stage. Let's see. This one right here has a nice sky behind the players, so
China.
Long.
Round one. Fight.
okay. Now, a couple of things you need to know. Since this is the training area, things will not work as they do in actual gameplay. Up here, you'll see the counter is already flashing in full. That builds up during gameplay, and you can't use the counter move until it's full. But it stays full all the time in the training room. Same with this over here, which is labeled super. That's for your super move, which is actually just a real long combo. It's cool looking, though. You can't use it until that fills up in regular gameplay, but it stays full all the time in the training room. Now, the developers of this game were wise enough to know that there are a lot of different controllers you might be using, so instead of giving their instructions based on letters, they gave them based on colors. So I will not be referring to the controls as X, Y, A, and B, because those may be different on some other controllers. Instead, I'm going to be calling them blue, green, yellow, and red. So let's start with the blue button, because that's the nunchucks, and I already told you I love that. So the basic nunchuck attack goes like that.
Hit.
If you do it while crouching, it does that. If you do it crouching with the thing angled towards the guy, it does that. And crouching with it angled back, well, I guess you have to be closer for it to hit him. Yeah, you got to be real close for that one. Let's see, if you do it with the joystick held straight back, he does that spinny move. If you do it jumping, he swings down at you. And if you do it really quick, he does that cool combo.
Very good.
And if you do a fireball type move, there we go, to a two-hit combo. And that's basically how all of the attack buttons work. Now, the yellow button is not an attack button. It's a movement button. Normally, you just move slowly like this because you're being cautious. But if, when you're moving back, you hit the yellow button, you move very quickly. And if you tap it twice, you do a backflip. And if you do it while you're moving forward, you advance quickly, and you can do a forward roll. And if you're right up close to the opponent and you hit that while moving towards him, you'll move right past him, and that actually will allow you to dodge an attack, so it's real useful. Next comes the green button. The green button is a punch, and if you do it while you're down, it punches him in the gut. If you do it back, he does that spinny punch. If you do it in the air, he punches down at the guy. And if you do a fireball type move, he does that double punch. Now, let's move on to the red button. Let's see, the red button is a kick. And if you do it with the button towards him, it's a high kick. With the button away, it's a spinning high kick. If you do it low, it's the same thing whether you're pointing low towards him diagonally or away from him diagonally or just straight down. It's all the same. Let's see, jump kick looks like that. And of course you could do it from far away, but not that far away. All right, let's try doing a dragon punch. A fireball type attack. There we go. All right. Now we're going to do the special moves that require more than one button to be hit at a time. First, we'll start with the the blue and green buttons together. That's your grab, and that looks so cool. Let's see. Then we're going to do the green and red buttons together.
Marvelous.
That's awesome. And like I said, that is your super move, which you can only do when your super bar is full. Well, your super ball down here. It's a super ball. And now the counter, which uses the yellow and blue buttons.
Intercepted.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
Intercepted.
Okay. And I don't think there is a move that uses the yellow and red buttons. Let's see if I can... There we go. Yeah, it doesn't do anything special. Okay, that's all of his moves that I'm capable of doing. Let me show you something, though. Let's see. If you look here, you will see that he has a huge number of different moves that you can explore. And in fact, there's 6 pages of them, which is why I cannot memorize all that. I'm not even going to try. It's crazy. All right. Anyway, that's next video. I will do another one of the characters. Not sure which one yet. Probably the character that's based on Jackie Chan. He does the drunken fighting.